Hello, hello. How are you guys doing this afternoon? We are live here once again. It's gonna be every Tuesday and Thursday, this series of SLG meetups, where we're gonna be bringing one of the biggest players in the luxury market. So today we're gonna be having Gavin. He's the managing partner at Christie, is luxury brokerage in the Bahamas. So there's going to be a lot of interesting things that we're going to be discussing today, from the current trends to everything that is going on around the world in the luxury real estate market, and how we're using right now this moment to emphasize on the dream homes and how Gavin is doing to make that a reality. So let me see if he is currently there so that I will join him. Perfect. So he will be joining shortly. And yeah, let's keep this fun. Gavin, my friend.
Alvaro, what's happening? How are you?
Doing excellent. What about you?
Fantastic, man. Fantastic. It's another beautiful day in the Bahamas.
Oh, Bahamas, what a dream, man. I love it. Yeah.
Where in the world are you? That's $1 million question.
$1 million question. Now, I'm actually in Punta Cana. I'm flying to south of France this weekend, so I'll be in Europe for a little bit.
Oh man, I'm jealous. I'm jealous. Europe is a great place during the summer. Fantastic place to be.
Yes, no, we can't complain, definitely. So very happy to have you here today. And as I was mentioning prior you joining the conversation, I was making a little intro about yourself and what you're currently doing in the luxury real estate market in the Bahamas. But why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, well, first of all, thanks for you and Super Luxury Group for having me. I really appreciate what you guys are doing. One of the leaders in the luxury space. So a little bit about myself is, born and raised in the Bahamas. I went to school in the U.S. From there, I moved to Europe, and where everybody knows me, I'm a big soccer fanatic and soccer fan. And so I played professional. I bounced around Europe for a number of years, playing in different leagues in Czech Republic, Romania, and the UK. And then I came back to the Bahamas about 15, 16 years ago and got into the real estate business and jumped into the luxury space. And I haven't looked back.
You are a machine, man. Very, very inspiring. And we do have that in common, like you with soccer, I was with tennis, and both we ended up in the same sector. So very nice. And you're currently in the Bahamas. Obviously, there has been a lot of things happening. So what are the current trends that you're currently seeing?
Well, it's I must say it is a very unusual time with this pandemic, as I think everybody would agree, with this global pandemic that really came out of nowhere. And it kind of put it put the globe, it kind of put the globe on pause, for X amount of months.
True. Mm-hmm.
So, what we saw is that, first and foremost, we had a lot of different persons, a lot of different agents, a lot of different clients, who weren't sure how to navigate this new norm, so initially we had a lot of persons and agents, investors, buyers who, just started to sit on the fence and tried to figure out how do we survive and thrive in a COVID-19 market, and thinking that it would only last X amount of months, and now 6, 7, 8, 9 months later they've realized that this is here with us to stay. And so now the question is, how do we function today within this COVID-19 market? And
True. Mm-hmm.
And we've started to see certain trends that are starting to show themselves, over the, we're only talking a small period of time, so trends normally take years to evolve, but with this pandemic, what it has caused is kind of accelerated trends. And so one of the biggest we are seeing is kind of a global shift of investors, persons, who are looking to move out of large metropolitan cities, New York, London, Hong Kong, and they're looking for, remote properties,
Right.
island living, so the Caribbean is trending at this current point,
Definitely. And this is something that we're going to be touching on later on today because
Right.
I see such a shift, in the way that people look at luxury. Because, I mean, this is a question that coming from our name, Super Luxury Group, I always like to ask, like, what is luxury for you right now?
Right, right, right. Well, if I was to sum up luxury in one word for me, it would be lifestyle.
Lifestyle, and that's the
Yeah,
key. That's the word. I love
yeah,
that because this is what people are looking these days,
right.
the
And what
quality lifestyle.
right, and what people notice I said lifestyle and not finances. A lot of people assume or think that luxury is tied to a bank account, which is not. To me, as I understand and I believe, luxury is tied to lifestyle. To where a person is able to afford the lifestyle that they wish, that they want. For
Hmm.
me, luxury is real estate and soccer. So that would be my definition of luxury and lifestyle. So I work to afford, myself as I love soccer so much, to be able to work, sustain my family, but also have enough time to enjoy doing what I do.
Definitely. And this is why also with the homes, we find such an importance these days because people got to the point where they were not thinking that staying in the same home was going to be so valuable. But now, with everything that is going on, having your home in the right terms, really how you want it, it's going to be so valuable for the type of lifestyle that you have. So a lot of people are looking into that with more detail these days. You hear me? We had a little lips there. I think you're mute. Not sure how this happens in an Instagram live though. We had a little issue there with the audio, so he's gonna connect again.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, perfect. There we
Yeah,
go.
yeah, sorry. I don't know what happened.
No, all good. And what we were saying is that it's very important that nowadays
Yeah,
we really bring up the concept of the lifestyle when it comes to the homes, because a lot of people are now looking at their homes as the place to be. And especially in a place like Bahamas, or even like ourselves, we have some properties, beautiful properties in Miami. And as you well
right.
mentioned, a lot of people coming in from the north, escaping that cold weather or those crowded places, they're going to a place where the lifestyle can be enjoyed at a much level.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you kind of what we're seeing, just continue the trends is that there's some new words and new terminology that has entered now into the luxury market. Before it used to be penthouse, now it's private island.
Private island.
It's yeah,
This is the
it's
million
it's
dollar question. I love it, Gavin, because I want to ask you this because with the Bahamas, there is so many islands. How many islands are in the Bahamas? Like a huge amount. Like you can have
yeah,
one for each day, correct?
yeah. We say there are totally about 700 islands and keys throughout the Bahamas. Yeah,
Unbelievable. So this is something that is becoming more trendy also when we're talking about those affluent, right? Looking
yeah,
into those isolated places, which I will tie it up with a really nice quote that I hear you saying from the very beginning, which is social distancing is the new luxury. I love that. So
definitely,
tell us a
definitely,
little
man.
bit about the private islands. How is that happening? The social distancing. What are the clients currently looking at?
Yeah, well, on in the private island space right now, it's a very unique space, and I can tell you, it is trending like it has never had before. The private island market is extremely hot, and you have the ultra wealthy from around the world, and I mean, within the ultra wealthy group, there's only a small amount of persons globally, even within that group, who are able to have the chance to purchase a private island. Um, but with the private island, they see it as an investment. Forget the real estate side, but they see it as an investment in security, safety, and seclusion. And these are the new words that we're seeing in the luxury space today. Now, as I said, it's no longer penthouse, it's private island. They're no longer talking about square foot. They want to know where can we be safe, where can we be secure, and where can we be secluded. And so this is why the Bahamas is really set up and we came up with the tagline that social distancing is the new luxury. And if I was to sum up the big takeaway from this pandemic, it would be that, that social distancing is the new luxury. The ultra wealthy, wherever they were, unfortunately, there were many of them when this pandemic struck that they were stuck in New York, they were stuck in metropolitan cities, they were stuck wherever it may be, and they realized that they had friends, they had family who were quarantining in the Bahamas on the beach, drinking a click.
Right. We both had some groups bringing over from the States to the Bahamas, so we know what they're looking for. And this is amazing what you're saying. I believe that also it's very important to mention that Bahamas, with the proximity to the States, it's an amazing connection, right? So building that bridge, in my opinion, is one of the beautiful things that we are both working on, because ourselves, with the clients that we currently have in the States, a lot of them are looking for a second or third home. They're looking for that seclusion, that privacy, that security. And sometimes in a metropolitan area, you cannot get that. When you fly to Bahamas, you get that, sense through the private islands or even a home. So how is something, because we were having a beautiful conversation last week about how to connect that bridge. And you were saying something about a seaplane. I love that idea. So tell us a little bit about it.
One of my dreams has always been to connect the bridge between South Florida and the Bahamas. The Bahamas is the closest landmass outside of the U.S. It's a 25-minute flight maximum to Miami, and our luxury markets are so similar, and there's so many synergies in between both markets that I saw the need for us to really try to connect that bridge. And so what I've done is I've started to partner with strategic companies like yourself and Super Luxury, that has a good holding in South Florida, but also some of the seaplane companies and private jet companies. And we're in the process of working out a program where we're going to be offering daily luxury real estate tours out of South Florida. And I think it's going to be well received. 3 weeks ago, I was with we were with some clients, and we left South Florida on we chartered a plane, left South Florida, and we went island shopping. We left.
Who doesn't love that, Gavin? Who doesn't love that? I'll take the seaplane for the weekend, go see some home. It's amazing. Like this is what we are really trying to bring, and this is one of the reasons that we're doing these SLG meetups, which is to bring more people together in that luxury sector, because it's all about connections, how to leverage, how to enhance the luxury experience for the clients, because this is the beautiful thing about doing business together. Somebody has an idea, we put the other person together, connection happens, and we are all living a happily ever after, so I love it.
I totally agree with you.
By the way, I don't know if you tune in to our previous SLG meetup, but we had Camilo. Camilo is actually, owner of private jet company, and he will be a great contact to also put in place for this.
I did tune in, and so I'd love to get together with Camilo, because I got some great ideas that we're working on, and I think he could be an integral part of that plan. So I'd love for us to make that connection.
Listen, introduction is happening, so
that's what it's about.
It's all about that. Gavin, I always love talking to you. I mean, we've done business together, and recently we've seen some huge spikes, right, on certain type of rentals. So I wanted to ask you, because you told me this a few weeks ago when we both brought a beautiful group of people into the Bahamas. You were telling me, Alvaro, this is the milestone of my career. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, well, I'm proud to say that, I've been in the business now 15 plus years. And last week I closed on which is a milestone in my career, which would probably be the largest rental that I've ever done in my career. And I can't give the particulars on where and who, because we're under heavy NDAs with the client.
Of course.
But what I can say is that and this is all due to the pandemic. This is what I consider a COVID-19 deal. We had a billionaire client who was fleeing a metropolitan city, and they wanted to quarantine in the Bahamas. And so they decided to rent a property for north of $300,000 a month. It's
ridiculous.
insane, and so for me,
Hmm.
I mean, it was a personal best in my career. So I'm very excited that we closed off on that. And I hope that they enjoy it and they love it. But it goes to show you how there are still opportunities even within a global pandemic.
Absolutely. And this is what you get to see, right, these days. Like, not everything is money. Like, people value their health, they value their families.
Yes.
So they're
Yeah.
seeing that the world might be coming to an end with what's going on, So
Right.
a lot of people
Right.
are like, I'd rather use my money wisely,
Right.
enjoy it, be safe, be in a place that I can be with my family, and see
Right.
how things go from there,
Alpro,
Everything is
I'm,
digital
I
nowadays.
yes, I'm telling you, the new word, mark my words, the new words in luxury are safety, seclusion, security, privacy, remote, off the grid. These are what we are seeing trending in every single conversation that I have with all of my high net worth clients.
Hmm.
We're seeing these trends. They are, and it's not just the Bahamas. They see, if you look at New York, if you look at the influx of persons moving to the Hamptons, and
It's
so
happening. Hmm.
it's happening. You look at you look at Florida. What's happening in Florida. That person's coming from metropolitan cities and going to Florida. I was on a call yesterday with a colleague out of the UK. It's the same. The real estate in the countryside of the UK has skyrocketed because you have people exiting the city, the metropolitan areas, and
True.
so
Yeah.
it's a global trend that we're seeing, and it's happening here in the Bahamas as well.
Absolutely. And it's our responsibility to put everything that we have in place and the connections and the knowledge
Yes.
to really
Yep.
advise them on how to make that happen. So that transition is never been the easiest due to the
Right.
changes that are currently happening, but this is why we're here. And I love it, like it's very important to always look at the positive side of things. There
Hmm.
is a term that we love to use at Super Luxury Group, which is beautiful success. You know, for us, success comes in so many different words, right? But success is
It does.
beautiful.
Yeah.
So,
It
what
is.
does beautiful success mean to you? Just for curiosity.
It's a great question, and when you look at the word success, it as you said, it comes in many different shapes and forms. I'm a believer of taking, winning small battles. I don't, one day at a time, and improving myself each and every day, and just, and that's what success is for me. That wherever I was yesterday, today I'm one step ahead, and as long as I'm moving forward in the right direction, I'm happy.
This is a great way to put it because, right now it's very important to celebrate every little success, regardless of what it is. There's already too much negativity out there. So it's very important that we are always celebrating and happy about those beautiful successes that we're experiencing, regardless of whatever it is. It could be from having a coffee to closing a deal like
Yeah.
$300,000.
Yeah, no, everything, and people, they can tell you in my office, I believe in celebrating everything. If you close a deal, I don't care if it's a $20 million deal or if it's a $10 deal. Once you close it, you celebrate that, and
Hmm.
because you work hard for these things, and when you close it, you have to take that, I said, that little step, whether it's a big deal or small deal, and celebrate it, enjoy it, and then you go back to work the next day.
Absolutely, Gavin. No, there
Yeah.
is no better way to close this because you definitely are a true inspiration. I really like how you are taking things for the best, and I will say, with always that openness to have this type of relationships because we're here for that. We're here to build relationships, to connect, to help, and eventually to make of this place a better place. So, very happy to have you in this meetup and I can't wait to see you. What's your plan? Currently in the Bahamas, you're gonna be there a little bit stuck, no?
Yeah, well, it seems as if our government is starting to open up, at least, inter-island locally starting on Monday. Travel is still a bit more difficult, but we're hoping in the next few weeks that it'll start to relax that, and hopefully I'll come over to. I'd love to join you in Europe,
If not in
but I don't know
Miami,
if I,
for sure.
if not, it'll definitely be Miami, But before I go, I always like to leave, my friends and family with, one major takeaway. And, one of the biggest things that I can take away from this pandemic is that, with any pandemic this pandemic brought change, and with change comes opportunity. So each and every one, you just have to figure out, and find out what is that opportunity for you, what is the opportunity in the market, and go after it.
Beautifully said. And Gavin, one more thing. If anybody wants to be in touch with you or they have more questions about the real estate market in the Bahamas, where can they find you?
Yeah, it's I'm always an open book, and so you can always find me on IG at Gavman242, or you can email me at Gavin@cachristie.com.
Okay, very nice. And
Yeah.
also, if anybody has additional questions, you can always let me know. Happy to connect you with Gavin. Gavin is the legend. He's the one and only from the Bahamas. And man, I saw your team didn't win, so I don't want to close on a bad note.
Oh man.
Definitely. I think real estate is a sport. I really laughed when you posted that story, sweating that heavy day, and you're like, oh my God, like, real estate is a real sport. So
I tell people real estate is a contact sport. No and if for buts about it, my friend. Yeah.
Very nice talking to you, Gavin. We'll be in touch.
But yeah, I really, yeah.
And I think this is the beautiful thing about social media these days and technology, easier to connect than ever. So let's make of this place a better world. And very happy to connect with you, Gavin. We'll be definitely in touch.
Man, thank you so much, Alvaro. Thank you to Super Luxury Group, and we'll be in touch.
Bye, Gavin.
Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.